Is TikTok actually solid acting education? I'm Tristan Spohn, an actor most known for being electrocuted by his own father. Today, I'm gonna be breaking down some popular TikTok advice. We're gonna see if these are actually trustworthy sources.
That's my fucking decision! Stop punching the swear words, it's so boring. I can't even fucking deal with it. You see how much better it is to not punch the swear word? I can't even fucking deal with it, and it's so obvious.
Both of them are equally bad. You need to be careful about forcing any punches of the words. That's what makes it sound way too rehearsed. Instead of going into it refusing to punch swear words but choosing to punch a different word, let it be spontaneous and come naturally from a strong opinion. Don't ever force it, swear word or not.
You're going to, I'm drunk. I mean, and it looks big. Right. What do I need to do? Is it feeling exhausted? Is that where I can't even stand up? But then the thing is, you're trying not to be drunk.
Yeah.
That, like, I told you, right? But you're focused on, I'm not drunk.
This overall is true in everything, not just like drunk, because we're all trying to mask. I recommend finding ways to get it in your body. For me, it's all about kind of really studying my breath, intentionally blurring my vision a bit, kind of not really focusing on anything. Then you just blurt shit out because you have no inhibition from there. So if I were to just like take some deep breaths in, not really focus on anything, and then just kind of, blurt out the first thing, be a little bit sloppy with the way that I move. That's gonna be more convincing than what she did. I am not drunk.
When I see actors do this one thing, I know they are not trained. It doesn't matter how long they've been acting. It doesn't matter how old they are. It's this one thing that's a dead giveaway that you have not taken acting classes.
I know what she's about to say, because if you look in the comments of this TikTok, you'll see that I responded to this a year ago.
I constantly see independent film actors do this exhaling thing. It's just a dead giveaway for us who are trained. We know that you're doing that because you haven't made an emotional choice. Can't find the emotion, or worse, think it makes them look intense.
Most of the time when you're exhaling, it's actually more of a stalling tactic, or it's something you've planned ahead of time and so it feels rehearsed. It also slows the scene down and breaks it up into way too many chunks. It's not to say never breathe out or sigh. It's okay if it happens organically. To make it more fluid, you can combine that breath with the line instead of
"You're so dumb."
You can just be like, "You're so dumb." It's now coming out with the breath, so the breath is adding into the delivery.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hate when they ask you that question. Be interesting. Go.
I'm very passionate about acting and I would love to be in movies and theater. I like theater too.
Casting directors don't want to feel like your entire life is acting. They want to see that you are as layered as the characters that you might play and that you have this well of experiences to draw on. The other thing that she's doing wrong here that she didn't put is that she's performing the slate when the slate is meant to show that you're a real person fun to work with on set. I remember my Stranger Things slate. I'm literally dancing to this song and it's the polar opposite of my character, but it shows them I'm not gonna be a sociopath to work with on set.
So I was actually born and raised in Spain, so Spanish is my first language, English is my fourth language, and I actually grew up traveling with my family a lot. I have been to 25 countries. I love food, I love cooking, and I love baking.
Looking at this, I could see she has a ton she could bring into a role that other people without that life experience simply couldn't. And that's not to say, by the way, that you need to have experienced, always go method. That's not what I'm saying at all, but it does help to know that you have other skills that you can bring into the equation.
I'm gonna give you my 2 secrets for learning complicated lines and getting them out quickly and clearly. The first one is initialism. Whenever I have a sentence that has a lot of words and I wanna make sure I get them in the right order, I figure out the first letter of each word or just the first letter of each keyword, and then I'll say that to myself over and over. So for example, I just did a commercial this week where I had to say Neutrogena stubborn acne ultra thin blemish patches, and I kept switching the the order of the words. So I went, okay, wait, NSAUTBP. And then I actually think I shortened it to just NSAUB because ultra thin felt like one word and blemish patches felt like one word. I wasn't getting those mixed up.
I hear a lot of actors talk about this. It seems as though it does work. I have my own memorization technique. Maybe I'll share it in a different video. There are all of these complicated tips that you can do to learn complicated lines, but the more you do it, the easier it'll be each time.
Bend your finger, bite it, say the line you have to say like this. Really try to say it clearly. It warms up your mouth and your tongue. And once those muscles are warmed up, they can move a lot more quickly and clearly. So for example, I would go, Neutrogena, stubborn-acne, ultra-thin blemish patches. Neutrogena, stubborn-acne, ultra-thin blemish patches.
Neutrogena, stubborn-acne, ultra-thin blemish patches. Neutrogena, stubborn-acne, ultra-thin blemish patches.
Perfection.
Basically my trick behind all of my fast talking.
This is awesome for commercials and sitcoms. In drama, you do obviously want to be clearly heard, but sometimes if you overdo this, it can start to feel like you just have too much perfect proliferation of consonants, and it makes it feel a little bit more theatrical and performative.
Okay, so this is me writing, but I'm not actually writing anything. And I'm making it so hard for myself. Oh, and now here I'm just actually writing down what I need to write down, and it looks like I'm using a real pen because I am. Oh, fake texting, fake texting. I see this all the time, especially from young actors who know how to use their phones better than anyone. Just actually send a text like I am here. I'm going through my phone.
I literally preach this in my classes all the time. When you're already having to turn this scene to life in front of a blank screen, miming is gonna take casting directors out of it way more than just a simple prop. I'm having this serious conversation. Yeah, that's terrible. I can't believe she said that to you. Versus just, yeah, that's terrible. Can't believe she did that to you. Which of those takes is more awkward?
So we're cooperating.
So cooperate.
This is a rule. This is Dave's rule. Anytime you see the word so, you pause after it.
So we're cooperating.
So cooperate.
That's a great way to turn a 2-second interaction into 6 seconds of wasting an audience's time. It just encourages you to be completely cut off from your scene partner. It also just makes a scene feel robotic, plus it's just bullshit. You're never gonna need to take this long beat after so. That would be just incredibly boring. There are so many situations. I love you so much. That's creepy. Your choices and your delivery should be based off your scene partner, not off your script breakdown, unless you want to be a emotionless robot.
How rude.
An audience to cry. Well, first of all, you have to stop crying because actors love to cry in public. But do average people like to cry in public? Of course not. You have to realize that if you're crying, they won't. Your job is to hold your emotions in, to act like human beings.
My biggest pet peeve is when actors just let tears fall. It gives, holy shit guys, I'm doing it. Wipe that shit away. Unless your character is being intentionally manipulative.
Cannot be an actor if you don't go to a giant film school like New York Film Academy, Juilliard. You've got to be training at the very, very best to even make it in this career.
Yeah, if you're not in debt, you're not wanting it hard enough.
Yes. If you want to do anything else, and you're not actually wanting to be an actor. You have to like eat, sleep, breathe acting.
Yeah. No other likes or loves in your life. Like it is just this.
Right. And
I have booked plenty of roles and I have never gone to acting school. You are way better off learning at a small studio from working actors than a film school likely taught by professors that aren't actively working in the trenches. Yeah, you need to only love acting. It is terrible advice. If your whole life is acting, your performances are going to feel fake because acting in general, it only comes from the real world when you're the one drawing from that real world experience as inspiration.
you can't cry on cue, you're out of there. You have to be able to get tears crying down the face, like sobbing. That's what's needed.
I have some tears coming. Do you feel really sad right now? Are you feeling for me because I have some artificial tears coming down? No, so it doesn't fucking matter.
And you want to be serious. Your whole life validation damn well better be tied up in this career or else you're not hustling hard enough.
Yeah, I feel seen. I was at the most depressed point in my life right after Stranger Things because success has a way of giving you more fear than excitement. You actually have something to lose, and it's harder to take risks because the act of taking a risk means the chance of falling flat on your face. If you're always dependent on external things outside of you, you'll never have any control over your life or your feelings. This is a big reason why I've even made this YouTube channel. It's this creative outlet that I have control over, which allows me to constantly be doing the thing I love without, needing the casting directors to give me that approval or even give me permission to act. If you found this interesting, you can check out how I perceive TikTok acting itself in this video up here.